here at the Super Rink. And now an opportunity the other way is Jeb Purdy. Purdy fires a shot on and is denied by the netminder, Keegan O'Brien. O'Brien was backing up goaltender Eli Maisner yesterday. Those two will switch spots. Also, Jeb Purdy in place of Lincoln Walters today, wearing the same number 23 jersey. Not sure the reason for Walters not dressing today. We hope he's all right. At the dot, Abe Campbell, but it's won by Alaska, as that was Joey Dietrich. This is punched out. The Titans defenseman will be pressured, but Brody Payne able to make that play. Listed as a forward. I'm trying to remember if he was playing defense yesterday or not. And Payne gives a whack at it, a bouncing puck that'll just be smothered by the glove of Reed Adams. Adams, the only goaltender that we had for the New Jersey, just in, or in ice resurfacing, I should say, just in between the first and second half of the second period, so don't go anywhere. And I think I had that reversed. I think it's actually a Team Alaska program that's next to me, so that wasn't chirping, that was actual encouragement for Bott. There's the shot, well off the mark. And tracked down and floated ahead by Sheely. Payne checks over his shoulder a couple of times, swings it around. Purdy collects, and Purdy gets tangled up with Sheely. We're gonna have a penalty upcoming as the netminder without a stick, now able to get down and pick it back up, and it will be touched up by Team Alaska. I think we're going to have a tripping call here. Marnauza with his shot that's steered off the mark, defended well by Boston Weiland. Flipped up to the blue line. Anderson carries it blue line to blue line, then passes to open space, so he dumps it in, but instead of just going straight towards the boards, I like that approach. There's nobody over on the far side, says I'll pass it so that it ricochets down low. Shot from Baylor Berg doesn't get through. Marnauza stops on a dime and tries to feed that up. There's a glove save out of Adams, and he'll hold on for the whistle. 4:04 left to go here in our opening frame. The lone goal, Alaska's. As it mentioned, this is an afternoon contest. I'm always, as a broadcaster, not sure where the official definition of afternoon ends, evening begins. I like to consider it the 5 o'clock hour. Something starting at 4:30 we'll call afternoon, 5 or 5:30 evening. And I feel a 5, 6 o'clock hour is more in the evening. You can say night once it gets into 7 o'clock. We'll file that under things that may only interest me. Trying to feed Greenwood was Dietrich. Anchorage, Fairbanks, and now Kenai River. Due to the NHL franchises there, I guess, as well as Juneau. That's about the extent of my knowledge of Alaska geographical locations of cities. There's a turnover and floated over to the left side. A New Jersey clearance attempt that would not go. Off the mark was Dick's effort, although it drew the netminder all the way over to the right side, and he had to pop back to the left in order to get back and set for a wood. And at Major League Baseball today kicks off the third to last day of the regular season. There's a glove save made by the netminder, who then punches it up into the netting. And I would imagine a number of the already clinched playoff spots. The Mets in the driver's seat to do so and take the last one in the National League. There's a shot that actually is deflected by a New Jersey player and ends up at the crease, fought off by the netminder Adams. As for Team Alaska, wouldn't be surprised if a fair number of them are Mariners fans, and the Mariners closing in on securing a bye as this pass is just out of the reach of the intended target. Much more shallow bench than either of these teams do today, and that certainly may have factored in as Alaska not only came away with a close decision, a 3-2, but they did get the game winner in that decisive third period. And in a situation like that, nice deflection there. It looked like that was going to be held in and sealed off at the point, but the angle of that stick just sent it right out through the middle. But you'd imagine in a situation where a team is outnumbered, they only had 11 skaters, and we've got action behind the play, but I don't think that's where this penalty is coming. Yes, it is. Waiting is Reed Carlson for Team Alaska. Directing traffic is Campbell. Those two square up for the faceoff. Backhanded around by Marnauza. Marnauza pokes at it again. Sonvico. And the Titans trying to get it out. And no, that was swallowed up by the jersey of Bott. They fit it to the goal line, had a man in the middle. They try to go to Jones. Defended well by the Junior Titans. Getting it deep is Sonvico. Gloved, but then played by himself, so Marnauza will not be whistled for a hand pass there. Team Alaska dumps in from right to left. One hand on the stick, Sonvico uses that range advantage to poke it away, and gloved and held on to by Adams with 34. And I'm glad, I don't mean to make fun of them. They want to make sure that if that puck is headed your way, they always say, you know, PA announcers will make the announcement at the games, be aware of flying pucks, and it certainly looked like it was going to duck below the boards, but I wouldn't say I knew that for certain. There's a right pad save made by Adams. It kicked out a rebound up the gut, so to speak, but New Jersey able to survive that scare. Sometimes, as somebody who's been known to put the pads on a time or two and play very low-level adult league hockey, you want to almost control that rebound, but at times you say, hey, let's just worry about making the save and trusting my teammates instead of worrying about where that rebound might go. Let's just make the save and let the five in front of me do their job and help out, as this is floated in on the netminder and covered up. You always say that the first shot is the goaltender's job. You may ask why. Kingston Esters, in an attempt to kick it, lifted his skate, and even if that wasn't done intentionally, the officials will say, well, you had the opportunity to play it. There, a nice poke check, getting enough of the puck and stick as opposed to the player to make sure there was nothing whistled for an infraction. There's a great pass, as it was Davis who dished it over for Zamkuchin right as they gained the line. Davis gives chase. Team Alaska the other way. From the right circle, sticked away. Nice job there by Adams. Won't go down as a save, but preventing the shot before it's taken just as important as making a save on a shot on goal. 10:32 left to go here in period number 3. Obviously, if the score remains the same, New Jersey likely will start pressing the issue and seeing if they can't cut back into this lead. Out front, and they score. The other way, Alaska looking to seal it away, and now we'll have some pushing and shoving after the fact, as there was a collision, and this one was tucked home and does not have quite enough for icing, as Zamkuchin took enough off of it, and Kevin Dick raced back for it. Kirby steered to the side. A save made by the netminder. Rylan Kirby out of Eagle River, Alaska, takes the face-off. They tap that, and it's put home by Kirby. Shot. Titans looking for a clearance. Campbell got it to the line, not out. And now punched forward by Zamkuchin. Slapped at. And this is glove down. Played up, and this is gathered by Sheely. At center ice, cutting across was Bott. An awkward fall there for Matheson as he was starting to fall, trying to recover. There's a left pad save made by the netminder on a good look in the slot, let go by Campbell. 3 seconds left. They'll tie up the puck in the corner, and